Hi there. On June 10th, 2014, an article was published by the Washington Post entitled, "Is Cheerleading a Sport?" The American Medical Association thinks so. Cheerleading can be misleading in a sense that it seems like it's glamour, makeup, and large hair bows. To be considered a sport, one might view it as the opposite. In order to validate such an accusation, what exactly is the definition of a sport? According to the OxfordDictionaries.com, a sport is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. I take an interesting spin on the topic because I am not a cheerleader, nor have I ever been one. Since the age of 4, I have been involved in competitive sports such as soccer, tennis, softball, basketball, and golf. I know what it takes to be a star athlete. In high school, I played all 4 years varsity tennis. As an athlete, I know that it takes focus, stamina, strength, and skill to succeed in sports. I believe that cheerleading meets and or exceeds in all the aspects previously mentioned. I would like to begin by talking about focus. For many athletes, keeping their mind on not only their own abilities, but their team during plays or overtime requires focus. Regardless if you are an NBA player or on the free throw line or a cheerleader knowing the next sequence, both require focus. Cheerleading.com mentions that stamina is a main component in performing successful cheer routine. The ability to successfully complete a cheer routine from beginning to end mandates a high level of both energy and endurance. You cannot rightfully expect your team to perform to their full potential when proper conditioning has not been completed. Conditioning helps build the proper amount of stamina, and it will ultimately translate into less injuries and overall a better performing team. In other sports such as football, basketball, or tennis, stamina plays a role in preventing energy or exhaustion. For practices, cheerleaders are expected to work out and train many days of the week for several hours at a time. They are expected to jump, flip, lift, and twist to maintain a degree of poise and finesse. Just as any other sport, cheerleaders possess a fine-tuned set of skills. Cheerleaders are not just placed out on the field to look pretty. They practice hard to create a well-directed, on-point routine every time they hit the bright lights. Do not let the shrill of cheers and the skirts fool you. It is not difficult to see how cheerleading is considered a sport. Cheerleaders are held to a high expectation of being professional, focused, strong, and flawless with every event and performance. In 2012, a federal appeals court affirmed the ruling that cheerleading is a sport. The American Medical Association hopes that cheerleaders receive added safety measures and training as a result of this passed law. As stated by by Atlantic.com, cheerleaders' top goal isn't to support another team, but to win competition, which is one of the main criteria that determines whether an athletic activity is a sport.